somebody go ahead and give us a 100-word summary of all the trouble you guys got into last week.
Swine flu.
We decided
we
to
fought a guy
become...
named Fanny O'Deater. Right?
Raazu and Adrex took a swan dive into a barrel of fish.
Was that last week? That feels like that was a lot more.
Oh, that was definitely last week. That was the beginning of last week.
That was a long session. Should try to cut down on length this time.
All I remember is, like, Raazu touched a lot of pigs in an intimate way.
Oh,
Fake
I
news.
definitely remember that. There was some pork stroking.
Was that the name of the video this week? Pork stroking?
No,
Yeah,
it was swine flu.
Okay, so what were you guys up to when we broke last week?
So we met orc dorks who aren't really happy with their situation here, and who would be, honestly.
We killed the half-blind butcher giant.
Yep, that
I
was
don't
fun.
remember like that being a we situation.
I got a rock thrown on me. Hush. I get like credit and spirit.
I got a rock thrown at me. I remember taking like 3 damage.
I like.
Oh wait,
bled.
no, I just checked my character sheet. I'm 4 damage down.
I took significantly more damage.
All right, throw more rocks at Windy. You got it. No problem.
Boulders.
Whatever, once I get that enlarge spell, all your giants are fucked.
So we had just come up into the meat locker, the larder, to continue looking to snag the treasure that was being marched to the Hobgoblin Tower, as I recall.
Snack
Yeah, they have like a bell
And if-
tower out there. It's an alarm tower, essentially.
And
This one right here.
if we can, we're gonna also kill this guy. But that's optional.
We also do need to bust out Big Boof and get her out of here.
Also optional.
That's a big boof.
What's fun is that Adrex actually did spell her name correctly.
Good job, Adrex.
That
How
was
many-
an accident.
How many
is extremely good at spelling.
different ways can you misspell my character's name?
So many. Just watch. Just watch.
Dumb butt.
At least wet butt is now in parentheses. Of course, it's subject to change.
Wrap up parentheses, that kobold.
That was such an exasperated sigh.
So you guys are coming up this ladder here into the larder. A few moments ago, you had sent up the contaminated pigs, which is a sentence that I've now said.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
And you killed the hill giant butcher, or more correctly, one of you killed him because he was trying to escape the battlefield, and one of you decided, nope, murder is a cool thing to do.
Yeah, Raazu.
Are you disagreeing with that?
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying you guys are saying it like it's a bad thing.
When it's actually a really cool thing.
Revving up the engine there, Adrex.
Let's go ahead and get a bunch of colors on the table here, because I have a feeling I'm going to need a whole bunch of them. So,
That's me.
Yeah, coming up into the room with the meat hooks and the larder. So across the way here is where you're starting to hear the groaning sounds of sick giants.
All right. So what was our plan? Were we gonna go out this door and take out the tower, or were we gonna go in this door and take out the giant? I don't remember which way we ended up.
I think plan might be an overstatement.
I mean, there was a lot of steps involved.
There was a discussion, and I remember those were our two options, and I don't remember which way we fell.
Yeah, that's about right. I think that's where we left it.
I think our plan was, if we can, we'll kill him. But if all else fails, we're just gonna get the box and leave.
I thought that the part of the thing was we were going to try and use the guard tower as a bottleneck.
Yeah, I'm in a definitely weird situation where I remember advocating for this plan, but that this plan ended up winning.
If only we recorded these sessions so everybody could refresh their memory.
I was there. I don't need to watch it.
Nodal can't watch his own work.
I distinctly remember Wendy being, no, let's kill this guy if we can, but no, let's just take the box and leave if we can't.
Well, we gotta rescue Big Boof too, and I think the only way to help out the orcs, because if we kill Orc Eater, right? If we kill Orc Eater, then that helps. What's his name down below? And I think that's a thing we agreed to, isn't it? Because
we did agree to it, and I'm fine with it because honestly, how much worse can the orcs be than these guys?
You do know that orcs kill.
How much worse?
I mean, like, so they
these guys.
So they rape the victims before they eat them.
How much? How much worse?
That's called the Nodal filibuster.
So where are we going? What's the plan from here?
All right, let's. I'm flip a coin. Odds we go left, evens we go right.
All right, Harvey.
Right it is.
Stop there. As you guys are coming around the corner here, one of the hobgoblins peering in from the docks, coming through to investigate the noise that he heard downstairs. Older hobgoblin. Can hobgoblin be gentleman? Like, it feels like I want to say older gentleman, but he's definitely going to try to kill you. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
So like, is he a hobgoblin in like a butler suit? Is that what we're?
Does he have like a distinguished mustache?
I don't think hobgoblins can have mustaches.
Then he can't be a
Okay.
gentleman.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's entirely fair.
That's not. No, but you're saying somebody can't do something based on their race. That's.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
To be fair, it's more like species.
Okay, I've got a lot of guys to put down here, so.
I'm very upset because I like Googled the symptoms of flesh rot since we, but
no, come on.
Like, no, I mean like in 5th edition, but they very much do not go into detail. They just go, the creature's flesh decays. That's it. That's all they say.
Yeah, good.
What
all we need,
what more did you need exactly?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I was.
Do
I don't
I
know.
have a 9.
you want to go before me or after me?
Be my guest. I feel like this happens way too frequently.
Yeah, me and you. We stick together. Good friends.
You should feel happy you beat me.
So you guys timed this little coup d'etat for when the treasure was carried up to the bell tower, the gong tower. It's not a bell, it's a gong. Why the treasure is carried up there for part of the afternoon every day, nobody knows. That's where it is. 4 hobgoblins take it out from underneath the orc eater's throne, carry it up into the tower, and then later in the afternoon they bring it back down. So you guys are made a big commotion downstairs, fighting the butcher, and then coming upstairs and looking up. He's coming through this curtain here in order to investigate the noise, and he's armed with a quarterstaff. And when he sees you guys coming in, he levels it down at you. He's definitely going to stand his ground here. However, Red, you do have the initiative.
Are these 10-foot or 5-foot squares?
These are 10-foot squares.
10.
10 foot.
All right. Let me move myself a little better then, rather than being in the middle of one square.
Yeah, snap myself to there we go.
20, 25, 30. Cunning action dash. And my action for the turn will be to hide.
So hide back around this corner here. Okay.
Yep. It's a stealth of 12.
Oh, he's in a hobgoblin. Who knows?
That's the end of Red's turn.
This guy steps forward to about here. And then he calls out to the hobgoblins in the tower in his own hobgoblin language, essentially admonishing them for allowing intruders to get this deep into the dam and telling them to come down here and fight.
Oh, well, that answers
He takes
that
up
question.
position right here. Let me make sure my colors are right. That's going to bring us
See
to
what the enemies in front of
Raazu.
us before we go looking for more trouble.
And actually, he should be blue, not red.
He's a
He's
blue,
a blue
goblin.
goblin.
Oh, he's really big too.
Yeah, big for a hobgoblin.
Does that mean Raazu is also blue?
No, she's green.
Not quite.
You cannot take this mental image in from my head as Raazu as a Smurf.
Nope.
The angry, you're angry Smurf.
Raazu, it's your turn.
Go get him angry.
I will slap your shit. Move here.
Wow.
She didn't really call for angry.
I'm gonna cast True Strike here. I'm gonna mark this guy for True
Okay.
Strike.
And staying put there.
Give me advantage on my next hit. Yeah, that's gonna end my turn.
You are starting to hear sounds from the next room. Groaning, sickly sounds, as though the pigs are doing their job.
Their dark work.
It's going to bring us to Birdie.
Okay, I am going to. Cunning action dash. Here.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Oh, how tall is this,
This is
by the way?
This is a stove that goes up through a chimney, so you do not have line of sight on the gobbo from there.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to move here, and I'm going to hold an action to shoot the first hobgoblin that comes in
So
my line of
Raazu
sight.
goes running up through there.
Other than no, Raazu's a Smurf. We've been over this.
She's taking a
Wendy.
bullet.
I hate you.
Don't hate me.
Oh wait, no, not
you.
Wendy. Actually, shouldn't even been Birdie's turn yet. I got ahead of myself.
Okay. Well, then,
Uh-oh.
You hear the sounds of the 4 hobgoblins marshaling in the tower, just on the other side of the wall. They're shouting back affirmation that they've heard the command and they're coming down. Now it's windy.
Alright. Well, first Birdie can go move back where he was. I'm going to take a couple sharpshooter shots at this guy. This friendo. That's a 15 and a 14.
Neither hit.
You are.
It's double
What's he-
roll.
What? What
You
just happened
are.
there?
You're echoey.
Oh no.
Oh,
Now you're
better?
good.
it's better
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to move back over here.
Adrex.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 5. And as Adrex is advancing, he's twirling a javelin in each of his arms very recklessly, trying to look really
So not
impressive.
holding a
though.
shield.
No, he's not.
What's
And
that? What's that noise?
That's him making the accompanying sounds that go with the ones. And
Okay.
javelin.
No.
It's not gonna do it.
Other javelin.
Welcome to the party.
Too much flourish. Too much flourish, buddy.
That is a 20.
20 will hit.
Okay. Maybe dial the flourish back just a little bit, like
10
not
damage.
completely.
10 damage.
10 damage.
What's the damage die on that javelin? D6.
D6.
Yeah.
Adrex.
Yeah.
I have a 16 to hit you.
Oh. Yeah.
As you whip this javelin at him, and he snaps it out of the air and whips it back at you. For
See, now that's
3
a monk.
points of piercing damage.
Hey, at least you don't, that's the one javelin you don't have to go hunting down.
No, because it's sticking out of your face.
The fool.
He gave me my weapon back.
It's like a Zelda fight. You gotta
It's more
knock
of
it
that
back
with-
and forth. Whoever catches it loses. Then you hear,
There's more where that came from, buddy.
Wait, so mechanically speaking, if Wendy
Yeah.
threw something at the other monk, he threw it back. Could they like? At what point does it stop? Can you just?
You only get one reaction.
Actual reaction.
it's a reaction.
Oh, okay.
So if he threw it back at me, I would catch it and throw it back at him, and then he'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Says the monk that just tried to hit him with 2 ranged weapon attacks and missed both times.
I was using
Mhm.
sharpshooter.
You guys hear a loud banging sound against this wall here that sounds suspiciously like a 35,000-pound hill giant smashing against the wall with his fist, crying out, "Bring better pig! More smashy smash!"
Raazu mutters under her breath. We're working on that.
Red. I mean, from your position there, you felt the vibrations in the wall that was being banged against.
Move to there. That requires a cunning action dash. I will ready an action that if one of my allies is adjacent to this guy, I'm going to shoot him with my short bow.
Okay. Adrex.
Yes, sir.
You like javelins, do you?
Only when
I
I'm
have a
throwing
17
them. Yeah.
and a 21.
Yeah, those both hit.
The second one only barely.
First javelin, 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second javelin for 9 points of piercing damage.
Look on the bright side. You now have 2 more
Although
javelins.
these are not javelins in the sense that you're using them. He's got more like fishing spears from his job outside on the docks. And he throws them at you lightning fast, as if to show you how it's done. And then he barks another affirmation or reaffirmation out the curtain here that he needs his 4 hobgoblin companions to come down and take care of these intruders. And you see him just vanish behind the other side of the stove. It's going to bring us to Raazu.
Let's see. Take my action to dash. 1, 2, 3. Let's see him around the corner there.
Sure.
Can I get him with a halberd from here? It looks like he's within 10 feet of me.
away. 5, 10,
Okay.
15.
All right, that's fair. He'll get his next turn.
You're ending your turn there.
Yep.
Orange, red is hobgoblins. Now I bring the red guys down. Three hobgoblins burst into the curtain, having used their dash action to get this far. Does that trigger? That doesn't trigger anybody's held action, correct? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm not adjacent.
Standard hobgoblin foot soldiers armed with longsword, longbow, and they are extremely out of breath and very, very angry.
So normal. All right, gotcha.
Birdie, you're up.
I'm going to cunning action dash to
Okay.
here, and then cast Hunger of Hadar right here.
Okay, draw it out.
Loves that spell. Loves that spell.
Listen,
Ah, the spell. The
You have a
spell.
sickness.
He has a fever, and the only prescription is more Hadar.
hold on.
Starting to think Birdie might be a one-trick pony.
Yeah, you get some new tricks there, buddy.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking up Hunger of Hadar right now because he always gets the radius wrong.
It's 20 feet. He's going to draw a 10-foot
There.
circle.
No, he
No,
got
that's-
it. Look,
he got
that's
it
20
right.
feet.
That's because we're on a double-sized map today.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, I didn't put Raazu in it this time.
She sees these tentacles spring up from the floor. She turns back, looks at Birdie.
I
Guy
give-
gives him the evil eye.
I give Raazu a thumbs
You're
up.
ending your turn there, Birdie.
I'm going to right here.
Okay. Wendy.
You're on notice, Birdie.
What?
I'm gonna shoot this hobgoblin. I'm blind as hell. I don't give a shit.
You're actually not.
It's true.
Yeah, because there's sound.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's actually really disgusting with the whole blind sense thing.
Oh, you do have the blind sense thing now?
That's a 18 and a 16. If one of those hits, actually no, I'll just use both on the same guy because I'm not gonna know if he's
I have
dead or not.
18 hits.
All right, that's fuck. I was kind of expecting those to both hit. I'm gonna re-roll that because those are one good roll and one bad roll. That's 15 plus 4, 19 piercing damage,
Okay.
magical. Back here.
And you sail your arrow into the middle of Hunger of Hadar. And then you're staying put right here in the line of fire, right here out in the open. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm good here.
Adrex.
What is this thing right here?
Just a prep table covered in
Just
just
a prep table.
filthy foodstuffs these goblins were preparing.
It's me, filthy food stuff.
Alright, Adrex is going to hold an action. The first hobgoblin he sees leave the Hunger of Hadar, he's going to launch a javelin at it.
And the banging continues from inside the banquet hall. You hear goblins squealing and skittering around in there, rushing to fill their master's orders. Red, you're up.
Yeah, ready in action to shoot the first hobgoblin I can see. Go ahead and give Raazu a bonus on our next attack against this one.
Don't do that because I still have True Strike on him.
Oh, okay. Give Birdie a bonus to his next attack against this one.
Ah, hell, we should all be... I should have been attacking that guy at advantage because he's blind. Next time. You'd think
That's the end
I
of
would,
Red's turn.
of all people,
That's the end
remember
of
that.
Red's turn.
Yeah.
It's going to bring us to... Why don't you go ahead and roll some Hadar damage for me?
Zone
That is-
suck.
7 points of cold. And remember, it is difficult
Yep.
terrain.
That's going to bring us to Raazu.
Brick, has this guy moved at all?
Hmm?
Has that guy
Raazu
moved
has
at all?
no idea. No way of knowing.
Has he taken a turn?
I'll give you
since,
guys the haps on my turn.
Yeah, he's taken a turn before, so he probably pieced out of this mess. Yeah, I will huck a javelin
Okay.
to where I know that
Okay.
guy to be. Disadvantage for going into the Hadar. Advantage for having True Strike up. That is an 18 to hit.
Hey, your javelin disappears into the Hunger of Hadar.
Sure.
Moving or staying put?
Stay put.
Orange, red. Okay, go ahead and roll me some more Hadar damage, please.
Nine.
9.
Is this well, either acid or cold? I'll let you decide. So I don't know what, if end of turn or what.
Well, when they start their turn, they take cold damage, difficult terrain, and then they take acid damage if they end their turn there. It's my understanding of the spell.
Right.
Hey, Birdie, you're up.
Okay, I am going to go here and just hold an action to shoot the first hostile hop. Well, I don't know. That could also be.
Yeah. Making a lot of assumptions
The
there.
first male hobgoblin.
The first non-Raazu hobgoblin to come out of the hunger.
Raazu is a very common hobgoblin name.
Got him.
So, yeah. With my bow.
Okay.
That's it.
Wendy.
What's the situation
No,
on
this
these
one's
guys?
dead, and none of the three of them are still in this radius.
All right, I'm gonna say we blocked off the corridor and they're not there anymore. Let's get going. And then I'll dash.
Say Birdie, hold them to that choke point.
Mhm.
Birdie, you got a good choke point here. Hold them there.
So Wendy's going where?
I'm
Dash
going
around the
this
corner,
way.
Okay.
Mark off the javelin I used.
Adrex. Yeah, you're not getting that one back.
Yeah.
It's tentacled.
Adrex has 2 extras.
It's got fishing harpoons.
That's fine. They're hobgoblin.
Adrex
made.
is using them as stilts now.
Adrix dashes over to the other entrance, trying to juggle all his javelin, just poking himself in the process.
Okay.
Ow! Ah!
And the banging yet continues from inside the banquet hall. Doesn't seem as though anybody in there, being preoccupied with the groaning and being ill, has noticed the goings on in the next room. Red, you're up.
I love going this on.
Let's go ahead and. Actually, yeah. 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10. Cunning action dash, and dash is my action.
Okay.
Puts me there.
And looking in from the doorway here, you can see the giants and the ogres in the room who are feasting on these pigs starting to slow down in their devouring. You can see the contagion is actually starting to hit. Is that the end of Red's turn?
Yeah, that was a lot of movement.
Okay. Raazu.
Dash gets me. Move plus dash gets me there. And that's gonna end Razu's turn.
Now, allow me to consult my notes. I've got color-coded notes for when there's this many different types of things on the same map. All right, let's see if I get this right. There is
Black stands for things that can kill the
the
party.
big guy, the really, really big guy.
He doesn't.
Greg.
He doesn't seem very mobile.
He's the aggro crag.
We have
The somewhat big guy.
oops.
This seems like a thing we don't want to beat.
5 hill giants from his harem. So 5 lady giants, all feasting on pigs, all look to be very sick.
Wait,
Yep.
real quick. Do any of them look like they're better than the others? Because if I remember correctly, some of them were supposed to get word not to eat the sick stuff. Anyone who might side with
On
us.
your turn, I'll let you make an. Actually, you know what? This isn't something you're going to be able to determine because you're not trained in medicine, as I recall. I'll let Adrex on his turn use his action to make that determination if he wants.
Brick, I also kind of wanted to use that as an opportunity to remind my party that was a thing that happened. So, mission accomplished.
Okay. I'm trading medicine.
Mendicin.
Mendicin.
Medicine.
4 ogres
used
in
to
the
mend
room.
people.
Purple equals ogres. There are no small number of goblins scurrying about. You see how many here?
1,000.
We have to shrink these ones down. There we go. You see 6 scurrying back and forth throughout the room, running from table to table. They're trying to drag these pigs from these center baskets in the middle of the room here through the various eaters. Who's next after pink?
Green.
Green are the hill giants.
I'm just answering your question, man.
And standing at attention on either side of the room are 6 orcs, 6 of the archers, the ones you cut a deal with. Their chief is not anywhere in sight. You don't see him in this room. Goblins and the orcs have not eaten any of these pigs. Ogres and hill giants absolutely have. And that's going to bring us to Birdie. None of them have noticed you sneaking through the doorway yet.
I'm not in the doorway.
Some of your companions are, but
You, the group, you.
Oh.
Yeah, they haven't noticed that they're about to get ambushed, is what I'm saying. If they did, a bunch of them would have just gotten turns.
So it's Red's turn.
It's your turn.
Is it?
I thought pink and green just went.
They didn't because they don't know they're there. Raazu just used most of her movement to get to the position there. And you're the next one in line.
Okay. Raazu just went, so you're the person after Raazu.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'll just not do anything.
Okay.
What?
Wendy.
Oh, before I end my turn, though, do you want me to dismiss the hunger of an orc?
No, absolutely not. Never. Don't get hit.
Right. Never dismiss hunger of a dark. Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Those are words that will not come to bite you in the butt later.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot this big guy.
All right.
The Orc Eater.
This book. Why did I even get this book out? Where do I put it? I don't have.
I wonder how mobile this big guy is.
That's a 13 and an 11.
13 and 11. Neither hit.
All right, and then I'm gonna back up.
This thing is so enormous and grotesque, bigger than a hill giant to your eyes. Maybe twice as large, but not twice as large in the big and muscular sense. Twice as large in the he's been sitting here on this chair eating pigs the entire winter sense. This is a like he would have his own show on Hill Giant A&E.
Mm-hmm.
Hogs and eats.
Adrex, what are you going to do about this big guy?
All right, let's make that medicine check.
Okay.
What are you going to do about this big guy? I'm going to see how everyone else is doing.
Yeah, just make a medicine check.
That is a 15.
If these hill giants got the word to not eat the contaminated pigs, they certainly didn't listen because they are all very, very sick.
They're all
the
very,
hill
very
giants,
sick.
all the ogres, and the big guy have been affected by the contagion.
All right.
The flesh rot.
I'm not going to describe the smell. Y'all just leave that up to everybody's imagination.
Wendy,
I mean, I can't smell anything anymore.
Wendy.
Yeah.
I think they're all sick.
Okay. Good news.
Is it?
Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
The goblins, who've been casting nervous glances back to the kitchen, see some of you lining up in front of the door here, and you see them start to scatter. Several of them just dive underneath these giant tables, which affords them no cover whatsoever because they are literal giant tables. One of them gets as far as the door, and you see him try to throw the curtain aside and get out of the room.
Got him.
Is the curtain locked?
How do you block a curtain?
Very carefully.
Well, you said he's trying to open the curtain.
He doesn't really have to open it. He can just dive underneath it. Goblins are small, and this curtain is made for the sensibilities of very, very huge giants.
I was just wondering if there was something keeping the curtain closed. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Maybe it's a mimic curtain. I don't know.
That's a good idea, though. I'll keep that one in mind.
The gimmick.
Good job.
And none of the hill giants have noticed anything is amiss. This guy is continuing to bang and scream for better food.
Didn't he get shot?
He got shot at. He didn't seem to notice.
Oh.
But I think our blip plan is still in effect. Yeah.
He's sick.
Red.
We're good. If I cunning action hide and then shoot this guy, can I get sneak attack with the understanding that I'm no longer hidden
What are you
after my
hiding
turn?
at?
Around this corner. Out of sight.
I mean, you have line of sight from this corner, but you're not really hidden there. Anybody who looks over is going to be able to see you there.
Right, but if I just were to shoot him just right now. Like, is he aware? I guess I'm a little unclear if he's aware of us right now, if that counts for
Well, that was the
sneak
end of his
attack.
surprise round right there. That was the end of his being surprised.
Okay.
So right now you're not hidden because you didn't make a hide check anywhere.
Right.
But if you scurry into the room and find a place, use your bonus action to hide, and then fire from that position, yeah, you get sneak attack this round.
I don't know if I can do that with 30 feet.
So this wooden
Like
part
these-
of the room around the edge here, this is like a slightly elevated shelf.
Catwalk.
There's
Catwalk.
there's like a catwalk, and it's reasonably high too, like 10 or 12 feet. You can see there's actually a ladder over here, and this is where the orcs are perched up on top of. And then the giant tables, and then his enormous throne.
Let's go ahead and take a shot at this
That's
ogre
a hill
then. This ogre.
Right.
Purples
bad.
are ogres.
It's an armor class of 17.
That will hit.
And I'm not adding the vulnerability to this, assuming it's there, for 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, then are you moving or staying put?
Bonus action, give Windy advantage on our next attack against this one, and then drop out of sight a little bit.
And then was that 8 damage before or after the vulnerability?
Not counting vulnerable. So, should I just give you the vulnerable numbers from now on?
their
Or?
flesh rod makes them vulnerable to
Okay, so 16.
16. Yeah, they're vulnerable to all BPS damage. Then you duck back behind the corner there. It's going to bring us to Raazu.
It's 10, 20, 30, and then dash to put me there. And then I'm going to radiant action for the first thing to come within my threat range that isn't an ally is going to get hit with a halberd. The 10-foot reach. Halberd.
And now that arrows are starting to fly, and you guys are making a little bit of a ruckus on your of your own, 6 orcs along the side of the room, they all knock their bows, and they all aim at this doorway, but they do not let fly. Birdie.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion in there. I guess
Okay.
here. Just center it
Does that
there.
break your concentration on Hadar?
No. No, it doesn't.
Okay, and then I'm going to imitate this guy's voice and telling everybody to leave.
So minor illusion, is that the one that can go as loud as a lion can roar? Because
Yes.
he is a giant. He's yelling way louder than a lion can roar. You can imitate his voice, but you cannot get to his level of volume with minor illusion.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go into that room, so I'm still gonna do it.
Okay. And what do you make it say?
Just telling the ogres and other giants to get out of his room. No, I thought he was screaming in common to ask for more. Well, I guess he wouldn't be yelling at the other giants.
I mean, you can imitate.
Well,
you can imitate his voice in a language that that you don't speak, at a volume that you can't reach. But nobody's gonna be fooled.
Okay,
It can still just be a
mind.
fun birdie thing.
I'll just.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. No, never mind. I'll just wait.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
gonna bring us to purple. Our ogres. And this ogre has an arrow in his back now. Turning on the doorway, seeing Raazu there. And this ogre here, their move is 40 feet. And their range on their javelins is 3120. So these two guys here, I mean, this guy's throwing a javelin from downtown, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's just a wild shot. These two guys, however, get to roll at disadvantage.
No whammies.
Raazu,
That's fair enough.
I have a
Hey.
10
Not quite.
and a 22.
Man,
With
with disadvantage? That's pretty beefy there.
Hi.
For a whopping 7 points, piercing damage. As this guy
Ow.
flings a javelin in the
Raazu.
doorway, and the guy behind him from downtown comes in, both aiming at the only warm body in range. They are moving very lethargically. You can tell that these guys are not having a good day from a gastrointestinal point of view.
It's fair.
Raazu belatedly realizes everyone else is standing behind the walls.
Wendy.
Alright. I'm gonna use that nice advantage I got given. Give this guy a good old sharpshooter arrow. Oop, that's not gonna. Well, maybe 11.
11 does it.
All right. With the vulnerability, that's 38 magical piercing.
I did a number on him.
What is a vulnerability? It just doubles damage.
Double damage.
And you just put this arrow deep in his gut. He doubles over in pain. And starts coughing up blood and gore from his mouth. Starts streaming down his chin and chest. He's definitely bloodied.
All right. Then in that case, I'm just going to toss out a normal arrow. That's way higher than it needs to be. 19 or so. 4. Another 24. Magical piercing.
And he hits the ground hard. And moves no more.
And I'm going to go ahead and stay here.
Okay. and a volley of arrows from these orcs comes flying through the doorway. And Raazu,
Hey.
each one of these guys gets 2 shots. They're that fast. 12 arrows. None of them hit you.
Okay.
You're the prettiest girl at the Stormtrooper Academy.
Raazu does make a show of evading arrows.
Makes a show of it.
Yeah.
Adrex.
Yeah.
All right. So, to recap.
Yeah.
These 2 guys are moving towards us. Have the giants actually done anything? Have they even turned around, or are they just looking sick?
They're looking sick and very confused, but also very, very angry. And there are large, heavy rocks within arm's reach of each of these giants. And they're very adept at throwing them.
Okay, that's all you need to say.
Javelin. Okay.
Hey.
It's a 25, 26.
Die tried to 2 really hard there.
It really did. It's nice to see the die having none
Say
of it.
26.
Yeah, a 25.
Will hit.
I was right the first time. 25 will hit.
Hey.
That is 22 damage. Are they vulnerable
yeah.
too? Yeah, 22 damage. Javelin number 2.
Okay.
Use those harpoons you got from the Hobgoblin.
That is 13.
13 will hit.
All right.
They're very lightly clothed, let alone armor. They've just got like animal hides draped over their naughty bits, essentially.
24 damage.
4.
Oh yeah. Adrex would have gotten himself
And these
close
javelins just shear deep into her flesh, much deeper than you would expect, thanks to this flesh rot.
enough.
Moving or staying put?
All right, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good for the time being.
Okay. It's going to bring us to, goblins. So this guy is getting out of dodge. These guys are dashing for the door.
Is that one just falling?
That's what I'm rolling for. Yeah, he stumbles and gets his foot caught in one of the ropes and the winches, and he hits the ground. You see him screaming and scrabbling and pulling at his leg. So he's knocked prone in that square. The rest of them are hiding under the table. It's going to bring us to the green. Raazu,
Hey,
make a
is it rock time?
strength athletics. Yeah, strength athletics check. Roll high.
Come on. That's
11.
11.
I got a 22.
Yep.
That's not high.
Okay.
I don't think you could have passed that.
And you get suplexed.
Raazu, you are grappled.
Hmm?
And then take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. Adrex, you also take
What?
19 points of bludgeoning damage as this super pissed off giant reaches down and grabs Raazu by the legs and starts smashing this table with her giant body, just like she's a rag doll. Adrex, you're pretty big, and you wouldn't think that getting hit
Yeah.
by one of your companions would hurt that badly. But my goodness,
For
it
Chris-
certainly did.
She did come into melee range
did
with
step
me,
into your-
and I did have a ready to
Okay.
action. Yeah, so
You
I'm
better hope
going
it kills
to
her.
Say, that is a 16.
That'll
to
hit.
Yeah, let's. Raazu sees the writing on the wall and elects to put some Paladin stank on it. Actually, let me take another D8 here.
I would have burned the dice if I knew that was coming. Oh,
Are you serious? Look at
That's
this
a
garbage.
roll.
Look at that. Look at this roll. Oh my
That's
god.
what a
Roll
roll looks
ones.
like.
Good
Sure.
job.
See, so yeah,
Well done.
4 slashing. It's 8 slashing and 12 radiant.
So 20 total.
did you double that? Because
I did.
So
Yeah. McDohl, did you look at the dice? Did you see what I rolled?
I don't know what you add.
Does
onto it.
Flesh Rot
Just
double the
making
radiant
sure.
or just the BPS?
no, just the
Okay.
slashing, bludgeoning,
So-
piercing.
Okay, so strike that. That was only 6 radiant.
It says vulnerability to all damage.
Is it all?
Oh, is it?
Okay, so it's
Oh,
just
nice.
straight 40
Yeah.
damage.
Then 12.
So
No. Go ahead.
yeah, this pissed off giant just comes rampaging in, and I mean you can see this flesh rot taking hold. How quickly you lash out with your halberd, hoping to cut her down, but then she just grabs you by the arm. In this first crash, you feel this table break under your weight. You're not sure how your arm is still in its socket. Then with the second crash, she brings you down onto Adrex's head. 19 points of damage for each of you.
I don't suppose I can do the strength athletics check.
No, you're not grappled. You're just getting beat.
Okay.
Raazu, you're no longer grappled though at the end of this.
It's a lot of.
Oh,
So-
that's
However, you
that's
are
fun.
laying prone
It's a lot
on
of
top of
damage is all.
Adrex over here.
Hitting a mother with another mother.
I just watched that movie with Jennifer Lawrence. It was good. That's going to bring us to... Oh, no, I got more giants. What am I thinking? Let's make some rolls on their behalf. This table here, you hear a loud crash as this giant upends it and hides behind it.
Interesting.
Like Enter the Gungeon style.
Sure, why not? This giant here attempts to move. But as she does so, the big boy, the Orc Eater, reaches out, grabs her by the arm, and holds her in place.
Sounds about right.
That was 40 foot. We'll just double move. Okay, it's going to bring us to the big boy.
Has the ball.
Let's get a strength saving throw from all of you except Raazu. You can all make this at advantage.
Let's see. Birdie, or no, Wendy's not within 10 feet.
That's such a waste.
Adrex gets it.
I don't need it.
Is this against magic
No,
or
it's
it doesn't matter?
against him crashing and throwing a temper tantrum and seeing if you guys can hold your feet.
Nah, I failed.
Put it
28.
for a DC of 15.
Do I get Raazu's
No,
bonus?
you're way too far away.
You're too far away. You're 20 feet away.
Then I
If you
fail.
failed, you're knocked prone. As the stomping and crashing in the next room, the vibrations in the floor, none of you are able to keep your feet.
Yep. Unless I can use my acrobatics. in
Nope,
which case.
this was a strength
Well,
save.
if we make the save, we're not
Make the
prone.
save, nothing happens to you. You keep your feet and you're fine.
Alright.
I mean, you're not fine because you just got whacked with a hobgoblin, but
Well,
straight up mollywopped.
You got straight up mollywop.
Red, you're up.
So that's 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's go ahead and take
Okay.
a stab. Is Raazu still next to her, right?
Yes.
She got dropped off right there. Yep.
Raazu's laying prone, right, like
Deposited.
kind of tangled up in Adrex's feet.
That hits an armor class of 19.
Yeah, that'll do.
This is going to do some numbers, I think.
46 damage.
46. Roll a d8.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
3.
3. And she goes tumbling over backwards, crashing into the doorway, kind of laying prone here. Fortunately, she doesn't land on top of any of you. She's
dead?
very dead, yes. These 4 squares in the doorway
She's
are... you'll have to squeeze to get through, except for...
Does she provide
Birdie.
cover?
Bonus action to hide behind the corpse. It's a stealth of 11.
Okay. You're not going to be able to fire from behind the corpse. Well, I guess you could. I'll let you...
Yeah.
I would give them 3/4 cover.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
This works out. Raazu helped by positioning her there.
That's the end of Red's turn.
Bring us to the Gobos. This guy gets out of the room. The other ones are cowering in there. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be Gobos.
And the guy that
I picked the wrong person. Raazu, it's your turn.
Happen to move it to stand up. That was not my best decision I made today.
It's just, sometimes you just gotta stay down.
I think I'm the only one that's hurt right now, so I'm gonna forego that for now.
I mean, Adrex is hurt.
It's true, Adrex is injured. Yeah, Adrex, take 8 points of poultice healing, as Raazu looks very sheepish and
Can I ask a
apologetic.
In all of Raazu's history, her entire militaristic, goblinoid, warband history, has she ever given a speech to her troops about how she is a weapon of war?
She will after this.
Is that the end of Raazu's turn?
Raazu is going to. She's gonna stay put right there.
Okay. The orcs all draw arrows again and knock their bows, but do not fire.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
Birdie.
What's going on here?
T-posing in space.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he locked it.
Wow, yeah.
He locked it while it's floating.
I'm going to stand up and...
You do not have to squeeze through these
From
squares.
my-
You're a little guy.
Okay. From my advantage here in this corner, can I, do I got line of
You have
sight
line
on
of
this
sight to
giant?
absolutely nobody because there's a big ass giant in the way. I'll let you make
Okay.
a blind shot up over the giant if you want.
No, I'll squeeze here. Do I have line of sight now?
No, you've got to squeeze through this space.
I'm try-
She's laying this entire
Oh.
doorway here. She's sprawled
No.
out with armpits and toes and other body parts, and it's very much rotting.
You.
Yeah, it's pretty
Staying on this
gross.
side.
I am going to use my last 3 blips, and I'm going to do the spirit. Is it spiritual weapon or hold on 10 pieces of ammunition? I'm going to make force arrows,
That's not a concentration.
and
is it?
I don't think so. Let me see. I don't think it is, but let me
Okay.
double check.
It's not.
Okay. Okay. So 10 arrows. And then they are available for whoever wants to grab them.
Is that the end of Birdie's turn?
And that is all.
Windy.
Yes.
All right. I'll hop up, back up a step, and hop on top of this giant.
Laying on top of the giant. Okay.
And I'm going to take another shot at this ogre.
First,
That's a giant. Of green ones are the giants.
I'll move in a second. Let's hear the first.
But first, these ogres they're ready to action on you.
Oh, I don't love that.
I'm sure you'll be fine. This guy is also going to throw a javelin, but he's still way too far away. He's not going to. Rolling at disadvantage.
Catch the rock and throw it back.
Oh, these aren't rocks. These are
Too far away.
Ogres aren't big enough to throw boulders. I'm assuming this 5 isn't going to hit anything.
No.
How about this 23?
Yeah,
That'll
23
hit?
will hit. Yeah, that one will hit.
Something tells me it's still not going to matter.
It's weird how you think
12
that.
points piercing damage from this javelin.
Nah. I say no to that.
You just say no to it, let it go by?
Yeah. Yeah, I disagree. Here, 1 second. Well, actually, no. I was going to say here, 1 second, let me roll, but I don't have to.
Oh, actually, you know what?
And
They didn't have to roll a disadvantage against you. You can't see them because they're more than 60 feet away from you.
yeah, that's true.
It didn't matter because the guy who rolled a 5, his other die was a 6, so it still wasn't going to hit. It doesn't change things at all.
And the one who rolled hit me with 22. I mean, you can lower it. All right, and I'm going to catch it and return it at the big boy.
Okay.
With... Oh, what the hell, it's not going to do any damage if I don't sharpshooter it. So let's hold by roll high. That's a 14.
A 14 will hit.
4. Get these D6s out. Something I'm doing this turn. 20 piercing magical.
Is that before or after the vulnerability?
That's after. Oh wait, you're right. That is way too little. That's 40 piercing magical. And now I'm going to take a couple of arrow shots at him.
This is rude.
You know, it happens. That's a hit and a
Okay.
miss. For another